Hi everyone, I'm CS Varta, Chief Compliance Officer of Uniqey by JJ Tax. So today we will discuss regarding the minutes of the meeting. We will discuss a lot of topics here, how to maintain the minutes, content of the meetings, and the other important parts, who will sign the minutes. So firstly, we are discussing introduction of minutes of the meeting. Every company shall keep minutes of each type of meeting: journal meeting, creators meeting, board meeting, and committee meeting. Why minutes are very important to be maintained? Because it is a evidence. It play a very crucial part in the legal action as well. If suppose a legal action has been arise, so it will be present as a evidence that the discussion was be done in the meeting. So everything will be recorded in the minutes only. Nowadays, a lot of companies are not maintaining the minutes. They are not understanding how much it is very important. So, it is suggestions to all the companies, whether it is a private, small companies, they should maintain the minutes. It will be very helpful now as well in future also. Now we are discussing how to maintain the minutes. There is a two modes, physical and electronic. A company may maintain its minutes in the physical or electronic form as well. The pages of all the minutes should be numbered. And the important part is that minutes should not be tampered, pasted in any manner. If the minutes are maintained in the loose leaf form, then it should be bound periodically. And the important part is that there should be the security system as well if we are maintaining in the loose leaf form, because there is a risk of manipulation in the minutes book. So it is very important, we have to keep in mind. Content of minutes. What are the contents of minutes are required to be mentioned? So firstly, from the beginning, we will mention on the serial number, type of the meeting, name of the company, date, time, commencement timing, each and everything. Even we will mention the recording or record the name of the directors present physically or electronic mode. And we will mention the name of the director in a alphabetically or a logical manner, but in either case, the name will be start from the chairman. Name of the chairman firstly we have to mention. After that, we mention the election of the chairman, quorum, leave of absence, and we will pass the resolution. We have to mention in the minutes also, and discussion summary, and everything we have to mention in the minutes book. And the end we have to mention the concluded time of the meetings as well. So it is very important because we are mentioning each and everything. It is not mandatory we have to mention each word in the minutes, but important part is required to be mentioned in the minutes. Next is recording of the minutes. Company secretary shall record the proceedings of the minute. Where is no company secretary, any other person duly authorized by the board or by chairman on this vivad shall record the proceedings of the minutes. So we have to keep in mind who will recording the minutes of the meeting. The duty of the chairman to ensure that each and everything is correctly recorded in the minutes. And suppose there is any matter that is not that is against to interest of the company, then on the discretion of the chairman, it cannot be mentioned and removed from the minutes. I mean, it will not be recorded. Next is finalization of minutes. Firstly, in case of the board meeting, within a period of 15 days from the conclusion of the meeting, Suppose the meeting has been concluded today, so we have to share the draft minutes within a period of 15 days from the date of conclusion of the meeting. And after the directors will have 7 days time to give their comments, if there an objection that should be mentioned or not, so they can comment on that. If director comment, suppose if not any comment has been received within a period of 7 days, that will be the final, automatically approved from the board. Suppose any communication, any comment has been received after the expiry of the 7 days, chairman is authorized by the board, then shall have the discretion to consider the comments. Suppose 7 days has been expired, or a person communicate, director communicate that this should be also mentioned. So if the board authorized, then the chairman has a power to consider that comment also. Entry in the minutes book. Minutes shall be entered in the minutes book within a period of 30 days from the conclusion of the meeting. Up, who will record the minutes? Who will record it? The date of entry within the minutes book shall be recorded by the company secretary. If there is no any company, any person, the board person direct authorized by the board, then we can make the entry. And the important part is that minutes once entered cannot be altered. Suppose, but if there is any requirement to alteration is required in the minutes, then with the approval of the director in the next subsequent meeting, the minutes can be altered, and that alteration also mentioned in the minutes of the subsequent board meeting. It can be altered, but approval is required in the next board meeting. So, so these are the very important. Basically, it's not be altered, but if alteration is required, then the approval is of the board of next meeting is required. This is a very important part. Who will sign the board meeting and the general meeting? Firstly, we are starting from the board meeting. Minutes of the meeting of the board shall be signed by the and dated by the chairman of that meeting before the upcoming next meeting. Otherwise, by the chairman of the next meeting in the next meeting only. Once the minutes are signed, then it will be certified by the company secretary. There is no company secretary. Any director authorized by the board shall circulate the minutes within a period of 15 days of the signing. In the board meeting, there is a requirement also. After the signing, there is a requirement to circulate the minutes also. In the general meeting, minutes of general meeting shall be signed and dated by the chairman of the meeting, or in the event of death, yeah, inavailability of the chairman, by any director who was present in the meeting are duly authorized by the board, but all the signings should be completed within a period of 30 days. We have to remember this. There is a concept of 30 days. We have to remember everything should be signed within a in the case of general meeting. There's a difference between the board meeting and general meeting. In the board meeting, signed by the chairman of that meeting or chairman of next meeting. There's no criteria of the 30 days will be signing, or recording should be within a 30 days, but signing can be before the next subsequent meeting or in the next meeting. But in the general meeting, it should be signed within a period of 30. This is the mainly important difference, both the meeting. Inspection of minutes of board meeting. Minutes of the meeting of the board or any committee can be inspected by the director. Directors have a right to inspect the minutes. If they want to, if they are eligible for that particular meeting, even they resigned and they were eligible at that time to particular meeting, then they can also then inspect the minutes of the board meeting. They have right still. Now the preservation of the minutes. Who will preserve the minutes of the meeting? Minutes of all the meetings shall be preserved. And how long? There are some questions ki can we, how many years we can keep it, or we have to remove after that? No. Minutes of the meeting is required to be preserved permanently in physical or electronic form. As I told you earlier, there is requirement, it is an evidence. So it cannot be, it will be maintained further your lifetime. Not there is not in a particular year, 3 years, 4 years, not. It will be maintained permanently. Custody of the minutes book. It's very important because it's a very confidential and important part because who will keep the minutes? In whom custody the minutes will be are saved. If there is a company secretary, then company secretary will keep the minutes. Suppose if there is not any company secretary, then the minutes will be in the custody of the director authorized by the board. Board have given the authority to a director that you are the authorized to keep the minutes in your custody. So that person should be very trustworthy because it's very confidential matters we are discussing in the meeting and we have mentioned each and everything in the minutes, not every word, but important parts, all the important discussions clear and everything should be correct. So we have to mention. So it's a very important to keep the custody. So company secretary and any director. Thank you. Any questions? Then we can discuss and I can give the answer of that. Anyone have questions? Okay. Who will sign the minutes of the board meeting? So as discussed, the minutes of the board shall be signed by the chairman of that meeting before the next subsequent meeting. Otherwise, by the chairman of the next meeting in the next meeting only. Who can inspect the minutes of the board meeting? Board of directors have a right to inspect the minutes of the board meeting. How many years minutes will be preserved? Minutes will be preserved permanently. There is no any time limit mentioned because it is very important part, important document. In how many days entry will be done in the minutes book? As we discussed, within a period of 30 days, entry should be done within a period of 30 days in the minutes book. And I want to discuss and want to share our news with you guys. Uniqey is officially on air now. Catch up on Radio City 91.1 FM. Thank you.